Welcome to another tutorial. This time we're going to talk about trading in Warframe. This isn't really touched on anywhere, it doesn't really get elaborated, but what happens here is you have to be Mastery Rank 2. You can figure out what Mastery Rank you are by hitting the escape, bring up your menu, your pause menu here, and it should be right up here in case username and then your rank. If you want to see it somewhere else, you can go to Show Profile, and it'll show it right here. I'm a rank 15 Gold Hunter. After rank 2, you gain access to trading. How many times you can trade per day is based entirely upon that number. You can upgrade your rank by leveling weapons, leveling frames, finding and beating new stages. It's all across the board and things that you can do to raise your mastery rank. Now you're going to need two things here. You're going to need two people. Obviously, can't trade with yourself. And you're going to need one of the two of you to have a dojo. Now you can make your own clan dojo, you can make your own clan, and you can do it single-handedly. That's how I started. Or you can be a member of a clan that already has a dojo. Either way, you will need a dojo. I'm going to enter mine, and then I'm going to invite my buddy Draco Summoner in so that he can figure it out and also kind of help demonstrate to all of you guys how to figure it out. It's relatively straightforward. Pro tip, bonus tip, you can move your ship with the movement keys during that screen. Now this right here is my dojo. It's huge. We're not going to bore you with actually walking through the entire thing. We're just going to use the teleport to get straight to the trade hall. This big pillar can be built inside your dojo for various resources and allow trading. When you have yourself one of these, you can then go to communications and friends or right from the chat, and you can invite somebody into the game, as I have done thus. Given that my buddy is actually already in the clan, he could actually just walk in at any time, but I'm showing you as best I can of how this actually works. If I were on the trade channel, most of the time after you decide, hey, I want to trade this with you, it will come down to your dojo or mine. If you have your own dojo, you can go to it. If they have their own dojo, they might want you to go to it. It's relatively straightforward either way. Now, in the upper right corner of my screen, you will see, my health and stat information. Right underneath that, my little flying friends health and stat stuff. But you will also normally see anybody in your party. In the case of the dojo, you won't see that so much. You can see right in the bottom left that my buddy has joined. So how this is going to work, and I'm trying to broadcast all this so you can hear me too, is we go to this giant trading pillar in the trading room, which is right here, and you just activate it, nice and easy. There he is. It'll now bring up this menu here. Now, no matter what we trade, it's going to end up having an in-game credit cost associated with it. How much of that is there is you can only do so much. You can never actually get it all the way gone, but you can increase it with the clan tax if you want. There's only specific things you can trade, prime gear primarily being the main thing, and then mods. The helmets, you would think that you could trade any helmet because they do make alternate helmets. That's not really quite the case. It's only the old helmets, arcane helmets, which used to have stats associated with them. Now let's see here if I can re-find the mod I was going to trade. Ah, there it is. Iron Phoenix. I will then click done. Now what he will end up doing is he's going to want to click on one of the squares down in his little area, and then by doing so it'll bring up a little drop down menu which he picks what he wants to do. Most of the time this is usually done for platinum, despite the fact that you would think that people want to trade things. Oddly enough, you can't just trade for in-game cash. So in the case of this, what I'm gonna do is just have you give me one of whatever the heck you have in there that you don't want. Even if it's just a throwaway mod or something of that sort. There we go. When we are both ready, you click offer, it gets a confirmation, are you sure you want to do that, yada yada, and then you can accept the trade. Costs are displayed right above the names. In the case of his cost, it's 8,000 in-game credits because it's a rarer mod. And that right there is how you trade. It's pretty quick, pretty easy, pretty simple. And if you ever forget, you can see the number of trades remaining on somebody from the actual trading post. In the case of me, I have 14, he's got 3. It's dependent on your rank, as I was saying before. At this point, you would then, go about your fancy ways of saying thank you and the likes, and that's pretty much the entire trading experience. As stated before, what you can trade is kind of limited. And that's pretty much it for trading.